What old world trying to talk my shit, man? You like my mask? A little ninja mask. I ain't bullshitting. The only reason I got this shit on, I like ninja masks, but I ain't got. The only reason I got this shit on, it's a thermal mask. It helps me out here camping out. I'm camping out this one. I got me a sleeping bag and I got me a thermal mask. You know what I'm saying? I live that. I live in the street, so. Hey, but what I had on my mind, what I want to talk shit about, is survival skills. In the near future, I'm gonna keep this shit 100. You ain't gotta agree with me. Like I said, I make most of my videos for myself. Nobody really watch my shit with me. Hey, but you learn how to motherfucker survive in the near future. Like me, I'm trying to train myself to change all my perspectives in life. And I live a nomad life. I live homeless in the street. But I cultivate ways of dealing with it. You need to know how to, you know what I'm saying, survive in the world. And you also need to know how to be alone. You have to discipline yourself. Because in the near future, and it's just my opinion, you ain't got to agree with that shit. A lot of you gonna end up lonely, yo. You're gonna end up probably losing your shit. Because the world flipping upside down in a way. Not everybody, but it's a lot of people. You're gonna need to know how to deal with this shit. You gotta train your mind to deal with this shit. Because you're not gonna be able to like think on the normal, like look at the news. It's a lot of shit going on in the news. You know what I'm saying? You even got World War III on the rise and shit. I ain't trying to be all negative and shit. I'm just telling the truth. You gonna need to know how to motherfucking prepare and shit. It ain't too many people teaching you that shit. It is people I'm learning from, but a lot of people, they minds, they ain't seeing that shit like how I see that shit. And you need to know how to survive outside, even if you got somewhere to stay, even if you got money, even if you got a job. You're gonna need to know this shit, and you're gonna have to give up the Joneses and this shit because everybody ain't gonna make it and have shit. It's just how it is. The economy showing that shit now, and then you need to do it for yourself, and you need to learn how to spend more time with yourself. You need to learn how to be lonely and shit. Like I'm in monk mode, you know what I'm saying? Cause when this shit hit the fan, you gonna find out everybody don't love you and shit. I'm just straight up. Like I said, I'm just glad. I used to be mad at myself for being homeless and shit, but I kind of like look at it different. I'm kind of glad I experienced that shit now because it has my mindset different. My mindset be more on survival than keeping up with the Joneses and trying to fit in. Cause I don't fit in, but I can deal with that shit. And I'm training myself how to be lonely, how to only depend on myself, and like I have people helping me out. You know what I'm saying? I have people help me with money and shit like that so I can eat. All the money they help me with, I buy useful things like I bought me a sleeping bag. I bought me some hand warmers. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of people, they laugh at me and shit. And this on me because I'm homeless. But I kind of like that shit though. In a way, it's kind of weird, but I'm kind of glad they be doing me like that shit too. Because, but I have supporters too. I have people who help me and shit. But I kind of like in a way, the people that you know don't want to fuck with me, call me broke. They don't want to kick it with me and shit. But it kind of helped me too because they don't help me anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they help me separate my mind. Like the people, like I notice, like the people that will help me, they they have a more. They help me because they see I'm trying to survive, and they have a more realer content in their mindset. But then there's a lot of people, they just think they gonna just be balling forever and up and shit all the time. That ain't the case, man. You can go to the store now, motherfuckers, buying up all the tissue and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad I can deal. I'm glad I can come out here and sleep in a sleeping bag. Or like I live off eating sardines and shit, or a can of beans. So, you know, it's like, but I kind of then I had to train myself how to be alone and shit like that too. I spend most of my time by myself. Like I said, I be in monk mode. Then I got clean from drugs for this shit too, because if this world changing and shit, a lot of people ain't gonna be dealing. They ain't gonna know how to deal with each other, and they ain't gonna do nothing but attack each other and shit. Cause they gonna be so used to a certain lifestyle, and it might be disappearing in front of their face. That's why I said, you know, I ain't necessarily gonna say I'm glad. I'm just gonna say it maybe is a good thing that I live like this. You know what I'm saying? Because it does something to my mindset. It kind of like builds me up stronger, and I can deal with shit. Like I know I'm gonna be outside in the water. I already prepared for it. I got a sleeping bag I can fold up and take with me. I can sleep outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna run down there to the shelters and shit because I already know that's gonna be booked up. You get what I'm saying? Hey, people help me with money when I fly my sign and ask for help for a couple of dollars. They help me buy food. You know what I'm saying? I buy canned goods and shit. And it's like the ones that laugh at me and shit. I'm kind in a way. I'm kind of glad they laugh at me and diss on me, man, because my mindset changed up. But like I ain't the only one having to do this. I'm just glad I have a mindset that can do it. Cause see, some people they're not gonna be able to do this shit when the time comes. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna be tripping like, damn. So it's like hitting rock bottom for me. It ain't gonna like really be all that damn tough and shit. Cause I already hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna have some people with money and be able to handle themselves. But on the reality, a lot of people, while they laughing at me, they finna end up living like me. And it ain't gonna be the same for a person who ain't never been homeless before and who ain't never took no losses like that. It's not gonna be the same experience for you than somebody else who already has faced it. That's why I said, like, I look at homeless people different. I kind of look up to them. I ain't like most people. I look down. I don't look down to them. You know why? Because I ain't know how to live with them before, and they maintain a certain strength in them in their mind and body that a lot of people ain't got in them because they be up. And I ain't saying I want people to fall, but homeless people, you know what I'm saying? They got some type of survival mechanism built in them, bro. And they some real survivors, man. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm surviving mine best way I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm even cool to be doing this shit. And like I said, it's also changing my mindset to where my mind ain't on keeping up with the Joneses. My mind just in survival mode. It's about surviving. It ain't about attention, being important, none of that shit. But I kind of like it though, cause I'm dissecting myself. So if it's storm on me, I can handle being wet a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? If people turn their back on me, I'm kind of cool with that shit, cause I got a mindset to where I made myself my best friend. I made myself the one who, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's the right answer, but I need to know how to motherfucking step like this in the future.